Hello and welcome, fellow subscribers and other racing fans. Setup 101 time, the McLaren 12C GT3 at Brno. In the Czech Republic in Moravia, which is in the southeast. Wonderful city if you have a plan to visit the east of Europe. I definitely recommend going to Brno as well. I already made some setup changes off camera, not the best idea if I wanted to make a video, so sorry about that, but I will explain them immediately. They were derived from the initial, from the default setup. So what did we do? Only 0.05 more tire pressures on the front left, as it's getting quite hot and it's loaded heavily. I changed the brake balance down to 55% to the rear, better for your turn in on this track, which is very important. You will see that from the other settings. That's the most important thing I considered here. To not have understeering, to have a good turn in. Brake ducts 60% should be fine, but we will see in a longer run afterwards. So don't nail me down on that, we will see. Downforce 0 and 1. I'm not too happy with that at the moment, so I'll probably change it back after the next test, which will be a longer run. Probably get 1 and 2 downforce, that seems reasonably. I just remembered the Aston Martin setup we did for last season with Massa. We used the lowest downforce setting possible, but I think here in the McLaren it might be wise to use a little bit more. But yeah, we will see. That's part of the development process. Anyway, if you want to see the Aston Martin setup I did for Brno for last season, I will put it down below as a link. Aston Martin Setup 101. If I forget it, just search for it in my Setup 101 playlist, my YouTube channel. I put the weight bias all the way to the front, but I didn't feel any changes. I will try it with the weight bias to the middle. Also, steering ratio is a little bit too much. I think I'm having problems with understeering because of that. At least that's what I'm thinking, so I'll increase it a little bit, make it a little bit slower. Reduce the cambers to the minimum numbers. At this point I actually tried to use default and more camber, as I thought, yeah, so many corners, better to have a stable car, but actually it didn't help at all, so I put it down to 0.9 again. I increased the front toe in by 1 click and decreased the rear toe in to 0. We don't need rear stability at all here, but we need good turn in, so better front toe in angle here. Putting down right height again as always by 5 millimeters. We might try to put down the front right height a little bit more, so we get that little bit more front bite for the check, which could help us, which is important, but we will see. Swing rates stiffer, I think 2 clicks in the front and also 2 clicks in the rear, which is about 40, and in the front it's also about 40. So 2 clicks overall and 1 click more rear sway bar, yeah, which helps to get the car around the corners. Maybe we go even stiffer here. Not the best for the tires, probably, but higher corner speeds, definitely. There are no bumps on this track, definitely not, so we don't need any bump stops. I didn't change the fast bump or rebound dampers. However, I increased the slow bump dampers to get a little bit a more precise feeling in the middle sector where you go left, right. So the car doesn't roll around more than necessary. So how do you explain that? If they are stiffer, the car should react quicker. It should definitely have better performance in corners or corner sequences that go from left to right and the other way around. What does our little text say? A stiffer slow bump setting increases oversteer, allowing the car to turn more sharply into the corners. In contrast, a stiffer fast bump increases the slow rebound adjusts how quickly the chassis sets into a corner. Stiffen the front and soften the rear to reduce oversteer on turn-in and corner exits. So, slow rebound will probably stiffen the rear slow rebound then as well. Could help us. But, well, let's just do a test before that, because I felt like the bias between rear and front was quite okay. Yes. Let's make it stiffer in the rebound. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But overall. Okay, I think there was one click which was not actually doing anything, so we go one click higher. Cute. I use the default limited slip acceleration lock on this track. There are not many bumps, so the problem of oversteering on the exits is not that common here, and to reduce the understeering exiting a corner, it's much better to have a little bit more acceleration lock. Okay, short gears. Might need to use the 6th gear, the longer 6th gear, but we will see. So that's it for now. I'm completely in qualifying trim for the moment, so we can already practice that. I disabled fuel consumption and tire wear for this test. So I'll do a little run here and see you in a bit, I guess. Okay, while I still messed up the last lap, I did a 1:58.0, which is not the worst lap, however it's also not the best we can do. What we want to reach is low 57s definitely, or 56s would be a dream, but well, at the moment we are at a potential best of 57.9, so we still have to shave off like half a second. That would be nice, definitely. One thing I noticed though, brake temperatures are still a little bit on the low side, I would say. So let's get into the oops. Oh, there we are. Let's get into the telemetry. Want to see what I did wrong and what I did right. So, well, right. The tire temperatures, well, they are okay for the right side tires, I'd say. However, the front left and the rear left are quite high in temperature, but there is not much we can do about that on this particular check. So, brake temperatures, let me see. Yeah, brake ducts can still be reduced. Brake temperatures are not that high so far. No tire wear, obviously, because I disabled it. So let's see the top speed. We can see that here, maximum 250.3. 250.3. Let's keep that in mind when we are putting in a little bit more downforce in the next iteration. So let's get back to Project Cars. There we are again. You can see me again. Brake ducts down to 50. Should be alright. And then we try more downforce, which is 1 in the front and 2 in the rear. Why 2 in the rear? Well, it felt better if you have a little bit more rear biased wing settings. Good. That looked alright. We might want to make the sway bars 1 click stiffer. So on the rear we can go to 60. Let's go to 80 in the front maybe. It's a bit of a bummer that you can only do 10 steps in the front. I'm not sure if that's good for the overall balance we have here, but we will see. I will also soften up the fast bumps now, because I thought over the curbs there's still a little bit a problem buttoning out. Maybe we can reduce that with 3 clicks. Less fast bump and put in a little bit of bump stop. Counter that. I will also reduce the acceleration lock a little bit now to 20 and the preload also to 20. Just seemed that it's a little bit too aggressive. We're going more than just 1 or 2 laps and the tires got a little bit hotter. It's better reduce that. Also, we will increase the 6th gear for a test. Maybe I will put that down immediately again if I see the step being too big. Good. Let's try with that.
Go, go, go.
And see you in a bit. So, okay, we are down to a 57.8 and potential 57.6 if I see it correctly. So we had some improvements again. Let's see how the telemetry looks for that. There we are, session and tire temps. Well, I had one spin in between, which was certainly not optimal, but yeah, tires, front left tire quite overheating with increasing speed and better lap times. Overheating is imminent, but let's see, brake temperatures actually quite nice. I see that 621 at best. So I think we can close up the brake ducts a little bit further. And what we can see here, potential, what it says, 57.7. Okay. This is faster than I did with the Aston Martin in March, which was 57.8. A little bit faster in the first and last sector, maybe because of the longer straight, but definitely faster in the middle sector now. Anyway, low 57s should definitely be possible with the setup we have here. So I'm gonna say I'll leave it like that. Let's have a last look into it. Brake ducts. Let's put them to 45. Then I'm pretty happy with the downforce values we have here. I'm pretty sure the weight bias is also okay because I don't feel any problems. The only problem is under braking. I have the feeling I lose the car a little bit too easily. I might reduce the brake pressure to 85 in that case. That's just me. Maybe you are more gentle with the brake, then you don't need to do that. Yeah. Did we change anything else? Not that I know of. I might increase the acceleration slip a little bit again. As that seems to help with many corners in the beginning of the middle sector and at the end of the middle sector. Yeah. Very important change here to increase the length of the 6th gear. We can have a look at the top speed, but I already saw, yeah, the top speed is 254. Let me see if that's also on the fastest lap we just did. Oh, it was only 252 on the fastest. However, this is still faster than we had before with lower downforce. So if you drive 1-2 downforce or less, use the longer 6th gear. That's definitely helping. Definitely helping. Okay. So that's some nice stuff we can see here. Yeah. Fuel usage will be around 2.42. 3.42. I mean, that's the usage I had most, especially with a little bit more downforce. Okay. I guess for the time being, that's it. All other changes, like brake mapping and the increase the acceleration dock, are the same changes I always do to the car, as I don't like the oversteering behavior on off-throttle. So there's that. And, well, everything else I explained already. And I would say thank you very much for watching. If there are any changes I will do after I made this video, I will, well, tell you afterwards with a little hint here or there. Okay, thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you next time. Bye bye.